Good morning, my friends. We just woke up. It's amazing weather. I don't know if it's just today or this entire eastern part of Iceland, but the sun is out. So today, our plan is we want to hang out in this town a bit because yesterday when we got in, most of the stores were closed. So we might go to like 2 stores and then get out of here. We've decided we want to see the Arctic Henge. So the Arctic Henge is way out of the way. I think it's like 5-hour drive from here. And originally in our plan, we thought we didn't have time to go and see it. But we've actually been pretty ahead of schedule where we got to like basically a day ahead. So I think we can sacrifice 5 hours to drive up there because it seems pretty cool. And from there, it's a 2.5 drive to Mivat. So it's gonna be a long day of driving, but hopefully it'll be worth it. I missed you, hi baby boy. So we walked into this gallery and we found the old movie that we love, FreeVilli. FreeVilli. Apparently only small people are allowed in here, but that's me.
I have brought up so many Arctic fox and put them in nature again. They are everywhere, but they are dead scared with people because they kill them. In the beginning of Iceland, they were all around the coast. They lived among the coast because their treasures is on the beach. Dead birds. So everything what I am collecting is usually from the coast. Everything is Arctic fox in my culture. And I was testing and researching how much space do you need to be healthy, to be real animal. And the fox needs very big space. Among the coast he has about 5 kilometers each way and all up to the top of the mountain. That's usually about 20 square kilometers. And he walks every time all to keep it going, to keep the smell and keep it clean. So I tested how big space does fox have to start to behave normal. And if they are in a very tight things, they are completely crazy. And they start to eat everything, just like human today. So how big space does human need to be healthy? They need space. But many are forced to live in a block or narrow places or something, and they are the worst. So fox needs about 100 meters, and you give him to eat every day. He doesn't have to hunt. He only comes to you and he drags it away and digs it. So when he starts to dig the food and keep it everywhere, he is doing the same in the nature. But if you smaller the place, he starts to eat everything to keep it, because the space is not big enough to hide it. And if he has another in the cave, they are completely crazy with each other. There are stronger rules until he kills the other one. That is similar with human, We need space. It has to be green. It has to be fruits. It has to be garden where you take care of your environment. You have to be part of it. If you are not part of it, you are confused. Yeah. You start to travel all your life, or you start to play the computer TVs all the life, and you get more crazy. You start to take drugs, and you start to do all kinds of things, trying to fill up this emptiness. So, they taught me more than all my lessons when I was a teacher. And the letter name in Iceland is Hjálmur. And Hjálmur is to protect, you go to this god if you drown. So it's the same where you die. You know, in the Christian world, it's very dangerous to die on bad places. You had to get the priest to get you on the right place. So people were dead scared to die in the Christian world, and they are still. They were never afraid to die because the God was everywhere in everything, also in bones and dead animals. And you go to another dimensions, immediately you die. It's copy from the Greece, from the Egypt, from the India. So they have 9 dimensions. And the one is the ocean of the God in the sea. And his name is Air. It's a Poseidon in Greece. He has a 3-fork. And this is the 3-fork. But it's also a Viking ship with 1 sail in the middle. These are the direction of all in the planet Earth. And this is a bone from the orca, killer whale. When this is together, it is she and he. But if they stand alone, it's a healing and peace. This is Be Today. It's also Bluetooth, and they are using this sign. This is the peace mark from the hippies, 1960. So we start to say, for she and he, you need this protection. And this is body and spirit, no negative thinking in your life. It's the eternity mark, star mark. This is the Gandalf letter. You have seen Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
It is the letter of Gandalf. Gandalf is Odin, is the good god. And Tolkien only made history about the world as he thought the people saw it in the past. He is showing the 9 dimensions. One of the elf world, one of the half human and half gods, one of the man world, that is the little guys, the dwarves. When I make things from this, they are to talk about it.
I really don't understand how we're just driving here right now. So we were just driving and we thought it was just like, you know, it's an F road. It's just a dirt road.
No, it was a pretty epic drive up until this point. It was like big rocks, dirt.
Yeah, and I'll show you the time lapse right now. We're in heaven.
We found it.
Iceland is the path to heaven.
That's it.
Oh, we better hold our doors here.
Hold door.
I gotta stop the vlog so I can hold the door. Hello. We are in the clouds. Hello, my friends. We just drove 5 hours and we finally made it to the Arctic Henge. The first half of the drive was really cool, and then the second part of the drive was like kind of in like Czechland. It was like all like this. But we've made it to the Arctic Henge. So apparently it's very dwarf related. Apparently there's 26 dwarfs. What was it? 28 dwarfs. 38. 36. Apparently there are a bunch of dwarfs in the middle, and then there's a throne of the sun, and that's where you sit. And then there are paths that come out of it to the different henges. It's very cold. We are in the north. We are in the north of Iceland. Here's Arctic Henge. Here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is there one behind there? Nope. 4 around the perimeter, and then we have this in the middle. So this is apparently the throne of the sun, I guess. So if I sit here and look at Tally, will I be blessed? So, after 5 hours of driving, we took 5 minutes of photos.
And it's cold, so we're going now.
Goodbye, Arctic Henge.
Video to puffins.
Hi, Puffins. I love you.
Come over.
I love you.
You're invited.
I love you. So after a long day of driving, we decided we would treat ourselves and go to a geothermal spa. Geosea. And it looks really pretty. I'll show you. Look how pretty. Some nice glacier mountains in the background. Sorry if it's shaky, my hand's cold. Here we go. Hello. Hello. We just had a relaxing day at the spa. We thought the spa was going to close at 10, but apparently in the summer months, it's closed at midnight. We forgot to bring like fresh clothes into the bath, so we're like, we don't want to put on our like dirty clothes again, so we just put on each like a shirt, which is fine, and then we just wrapped our towels around and just walked out. If anyone is ever on the northeast side of Iceland, highly recommend Geosea Spa. We're going to drive to our next campsite and
18 minutes. Here we go.